Hi, Trevor Cutmore here. I really hope you enjoy my videos on YouTube. Please subscribe, comment and share so other people can benefit from it. This video is about the UK property market and what's going on. Please watch it. I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you soon. Bless you. Bye-bye. Hello, my name is Trevor Cutmore. I want to talk to you about the rental market in the UK, what's going on and why are things going to get greater in demand and higher rents, in my opinion. Well, it's really interesting. Remember, I am a developer. I build properties, I convert houses, been doing buy refurb for a very long time. And it's interesting. Obviously, I'm following what's going on in the UK government, what they are talking about, discussing white papers, etc., to see what changes they make that will affect me in my property journey. Well, there's a few things I'll need to discuss with you about what the government are doing, which is going to change the amount of affordable housing is provided for from the private sector. So let me explain in simple terms. When a developer, someone like me, either builds houses or takes a house and converts a house into multiple flats, what we have to do, we have to pay a fee or we have to give a percentage of what we build. So let's take, if I build 10 houses in Lincoln, I have to give 10%. That's one house I have to give to the council, to a housing association. It's part of the agreement that I will sell it to them at cost plus 10%. Or I can make a financial contribution if the council allow me to pay the council and then they let me keep my house. But they don't always let you do that. They want the houses. That is all under what's called Section 106. It's an affordability part of the council, of the way that they work. Every council has it. But remember, in Lincoln, it's 10%. We're doing some stuff in Cambridge. It's 40%. So if you build 10 or more or develop 10 or more dwellings, when you get the 10, they want that percentage under the Section 106. That is huge. So what do we do? What's the government doing? It's a really interesting one. What they're actually doing now is that they're saying or discussing a couple of things. The first one is, which I hope that they do, I think it's great because they want to accelerate now. I've been talking for the last few videos about how in hard times the government has to spend more money. They have to really push and help businesses accelerate to make more money so the money goes out and around and people spend, the GDP value comes up and we stay out of a recession. So it's really, really, all finely balanced and they've got to get things moving. So what they're talking about doing is instead of the 10 properties limited, or in the way that if you get the 10, that's when the percentage kicks in for the 106, they're thinking of raising that probably for a temporary period of time up to 50 properties. So that means that now you could build up to 50 without having to do a Section 106 contribution or give 10 up to 40% through a housing association. And when you give it away at cost plus 10%, I promise you, you lose money in that. You don't make the profit and you would never build if that was the case. However, there's something else that the government are actually talking about, which again will affect what's going on. And that is, they're actually talking about abolishing, getting rid of Section 106 and replacing it with something else. Some of the discussion is about a contribution from the developer on the gross development value or the cost of the project. So remember, the cost is the materials, the services, the architects, the bringing in the utilities. There's so many things, and possibly the finance costs. Will they put that in there or not? I don't know. It's a real cost to a developer like me, but who knows? So they're discussing this right now. It's an interesting concept that they just want to get money in. If they do this, you have to remember over the last 12 months, the UK government has managed to get 28,000 affordable properties from the private sector. So that is people like me building private houses, and they give a percentage of those properties to a housing association, which is part of the Section 106 they want us to do. Remember, 28,000 houses is better for them than us paying a contribution at 106, Section 106. It's much better because they've now got a hard bricks and mortar property that they can rent, and rather than get cash in the bank because they still have to build it and they're so far behind their building targets. So it's just, you know, it's fine to have money in the bank, but you've got people who are desperate to live somewhere, it's no good. They need those houses. So there's a lot of organizations and charities around housing. Remember, look, London has the highest people on the homeless people than they have in many years. Right now they have got such a shortage of affordable housing, and so, you know, it's dire, it really is. So what will happen? Well, for you and me who are if you're an investor and you've got several houses, guess what? Your rents are going to start to go up. Why? Because those people desperately need somewhere to live. And if there's no affordable housing where they can get it cheaper, they will come to your place. And rents are going up. They have to. I'm sorry, even in this time, the things which the government have done over the last 5, 6, 7 years to landlords, where they brought in Section 24 on the tax, they brought in so many other things, the Deregulation Act in a way that changed things with tenants. Obviously now that they've said that you can't get rid of your tenants, you have to give them 6 months notice. Even if they're not paying, you have to go to Section 8 notice. Section 21 is a no fault notice. You should be serving a Section 8 notice because they have defaulted. Okay, that's just a little one for you. However, when people come to your properties, whether they're on low income and working, and it might be a stretch, so you should be referencing every single person that comes. If they are unemployed, you're going to find that unemployed people are going to start coming. Why? Because they won't have enough properties to put them in. Because as we grow and grow in population, each year there's another lot becoming 18-year-olds going into the work, and then they don't, and then they, whatever it is, it's a ticking time bomb that we don't have enough places for people to live. Therefore they're coming to your place, which is private sector again. What do? You can't keep turning them away, because obviously they're going to get more and more, and it's fine. If they fail the tenant referencing purely because the affordability isn't there, it might, as long as it's not, you know, crazy 30% short, 40% short, then you shouldn't be putting it to them. But if they're sort of, you know, 10 or 15% short and they're saying, I'd love to do it, and you think that everything else checks out, they get great references, then you could consider, but only if you have a guarantor. And a guarantor is somebody who knows the tenant. Usually it's a family member. They must own their own house and have an income of over £30,000 a year. And if you get that, then it's fine, because if it is if they ever default, if the tenants ever default, you can go back to the guarantor, who are now responsible to pay that rent. And guess what? If they don't, you can then go back to court and get what's called an attachment to earnings, and you will get your money each month out of their wage packet before they even get their wages. It comes out like tax, if you like. So they have no control. It comes out at source, and you get a check normally every 2 weeks from the court. So I wanted to let you know why things are changing. Rents will go up, and you'll get more people coming in from lower income. And if they're unemployed, that's a question for you, if you're going to have unemployed people staying in your properties. And remember, you need a guarantor. Again, you must not fail that. But for me, with unemployed, I need to know what they are doing. I'll be honest with you, I've interviewed many people. I used to manage all my own properties for years and years. And the unemployed ones I would not have are the ones who have no vision, because I didn't want people sitting around in the house, letting it deteriorate with their friends, and you know, wrecking the house basically. You've got to take a decision. It's an interesting one, but you've got to think that rents are going up. That is a good thing for investors. Look what's happening. The government are going to make things easier for people to develop, but what they're doing is they're shortening the amount of contribution of actual physical properties coming into the marketplace which they need for affordable housing. So that is going to start to fall. So don't just say no. Make an intelligent decision and make sure guarantor. Listen, please, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe, share it into other groups to help other people. Make your comments. I love your comments. Ask me a subject you'd like me to cover so I can chat about it. And I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.